Welcome to the Raise podcast with Carol Barwick. We're here to raise your confidence and inspire your creativity. This time, it's more like a season of mini episodes where Carol explores the raise word. The raise word is a word that will encourage you or empower you and at times inspire you to explore the word a little more for yourself. Each episode is just 10 to 15 minutes with the idea you can have a listen while you drink your cuppa. So grab your favourite drink and let's get started. Well, hello and welcome to A Cuppa with Carol. I'm Carol Barwick. I didn't think I was going to get an episode done today because I felt like I needed more energy, more va-va-voom, more ideas. And it probably won't surprise you to know that the word that we're looking at today is more. I wonder what you think about when you hear the word more. Is it something that excites you because you're going to have more of something that you really like? Is it something that overwhelms you? No more, please. I'm at my full capacity. More is a really interesting word, isn't it? We've been looking at it in the Facebook community, and I think people have been really thinking about what it means, but struggling to articulate it. I wonder if enough helps us with the word more. The brilliant Lorraine Wheeler spoke to us several seasons ago about the word enough, and she talked about an elegant sufficiency. When do you know that you've had enough? And when do you know that you definitely need more? And is more a need? Or is it a want? I wonder what more means to you. Look, we're coming to the Christmas season, and that is the absolute epitome of more, isn't it? I often hear people say, I just don't want to buy them any more toys, clothes, technical gadgets, whatever it is. They've got enough already. They don't need any more. And yet we buy, don't we? We still buy those things. Even if we don't need any more, we still buy them because we know that people love those things. And then, of course, you have the wonderful clearing out in January of all the things that you no longer need because you bought more. Well, that's the way it's meant to go, isn't it? We know that actually they just pile up and you have the things that you had already and then you have more. But we can dream, can't we? And we do. I'm sure lots of you are great at decluttering. In fact, I said that this year, coming up to my 50th year, was going to be a bit of a chuck it phase where I chucked something every day, or I at least gave it a new home, or I sold it. How's that going for you, Carol? Don't ask. But more can present problems, can't it? And yet more can also mean choice. I asked my son what more meant to him, and he said, well, I've got more opportunities. I've got more choices to do things. If I kind of download more games, then I have more opportunities to play with my friends. If I learn more, then I can do more. And in that sense, more is extremely positive, isn't it? More is aspirational. More is inspirational. In some ways, more is very much raise. It's saying more, Lord, or more, give me more. I want to have more. And I wonder what happens when you want more and you don't get it, and how that feels. Can there be a part of you that says, well, that's because I have the right amount for me? Or will there always be a bit of a longing in your heart because you want more. And how does that look? And how does that affect your life? Maybe that's something that you can talk to God about if you've got a relationship with God, or you can talk to somebody that you love. Because there are always things that we want more of, aren't there? And sometimes that's healthy, and sometimes it's not so healthy, and it's how we deal with that need for more. I often read a poem. In fact, I always read a poem at the end of these episodes. And what I do often is I pop a word into my notes section, because that's where all my poems like to hide. And I put the word more in, and it came up with this. Now, this is a little poem that I wrote, and I think I wrote it about an object, but I can't remember what the object was. And so, as a little challenge today, I want you to get in touch with me and tell me what you think it is. But actually, as I read it, it's very much the epitome of more. So here we go. You treasured me, excited, and you filled me with all your amazing words and ideas. Every day we connected and my very being was full. But then you left me alone, cold and unloved, as the latest model came along and I watched you connect with them instead. Every now and then I was used, but I am now slow, and you always went back to something better, faster and more reliable. What I used to be and am no longer. So as a punishment, I will now refuse to release the things you hold most precious. I will clam up, no longer open to your ideas. What we had is finished. There you go. What do you think it is? I'm not sure. It could be several things, couldn't it? But the cry of an object, when actually somebody that wants something more goes to get it, and that thing is left on the shelf and unloved. Listen, more is often a word to be celebrated. And I hope that as you start to think about Christmas and all the preparations and you write the lists, that you use more in the most beautiful and bounteous way possible. And in the best way for those people that you are buying for. That you find gifts this year that people really need, that actually give them more of what they really need, rather than just objects. My prayer for us all is that we really think through what we're giving and how we're giving and how we're receiving. Let's be grateful as we plan Christmas and the seasonal time of year. Thanks for having a cuppa with me. Let's have a cuppa again soon. If you've enjoyed having a cuppa with me, then you can buy me a coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com/Carol Barwick. Let's have a cuppa again soon.